brothers and sisters and women and men and children being blown away for just simply walking across the street, for driving black. There was a brother that got shot at a funeral. He was the damn hero at the funeral, and he got murdered by a white cop. He was trying to save a young sister and a child from getting hurt, and he got shot by the cops. We're not living the life here. We're not all celebrities. We got millions of dollars in the bank. Some brothers have no jobs. You know how many brothers in this country have no jobs? Over 52%. In Africa, they choose to live in mud huts. They choose to worship whatever God they think they can worship. They choose to be filthy and nasty. We didn't choose to be filthy and nasty. We didn't choose crack. We didn't choose heroin. That stuff was forced on us. We didn't choose prostitution. We didn't choose to be criminals. That stuff was forced on us, man. So DMG could, he could say that. But you know what Zondervan is going to agree with? Me. So he can bring that up all he wants. Zondervan knows the people here in America that are descendants, sons and daughters of slaves. Zondervan know that they not African. They know it. And they put it in a book. Go ahead, Cabal.
And one thing about that, right? Here's the thing. We're going to have a scholarly debate, right?
Damn right.
Now, most scholarly research is done by white people, funded by universities.
Right.
That's to attack the source of the information. See, here's the thing. All they have to do is keep us from not following the laws of the Most High God. They can write the truth all day and all night.
Right.
As long as we don't do what we're supposed to do, then they can keep their position. No matter what we know, it matters what we do. As long as they can keep us celebrating Christmas, they can tell us who we are, and it'll change nothing. Right. As long as they can keep us in sin, what we know is irrelevant if we keep sinning against our God, because they can keep their position. And they know that most of us won't even read the books.
Right.
Most of us won't look at the information in the first place. They can put the... I was actually just talking about a DNA test, and it was a guy who's an Ashkenazi Jew, right? And he published online on the website about his DNA test, and he said, I am an Ashkenazi Jew. Ashkenazis trace our lineage back to the region between Russia and France. Now, if he's an Ashkenazi Jew, those so-called Jews, if he was truly those of the Bible, he would say, we trace our genealogy back to the biblical Hebrews. But he doesn't. Mm-hmm. He traces it back to exactly where we say that he traces it to. The Caucasus Mountains in Georgia, Russia. That's exactly what he said.
Damn right.
But we're going to be called racist and a hate group for saying it. Why? Because we've read the knowledge that they've put out there. We've read these scholarly research.
Right.
So just because Zondervan has done scholarly research, we're not going to discredit them because of their race. We're going to look at the information and take the information for what it is.
Absolutely. Damn right.
Coming up on August the 28th, man, y'all better be in the building. As y'all can see, it don't matter what question I throw at Cap. He got his team with him, and they knocking them down like dominoes, man. Knocking them down like bowling pins. They ain't leaving no pins up. We ain't no foul. It's strikes all day, right down the line. Strikes all day, every day, man. Well, say, man, some people supposed to be jumping on, if I'm not mistaken, but if y'all, I know y'all live right now. So if y'all have any questions in y'all chat, as pertaining to the debate that's coming up, if y'all want to answer any of those questions, I want to give y'all the opportunity to go on and do that.
Yeah, no sweat. No sweat. I don't think we got no questions on our end. They already know we the home of the truth.
The home of the truth, man.
Damn right.
Man, I don't want to hold y'all too long, man, because like I say, it's not too many questions I can ask you, but I don't want you to give away your ammo, man. I want you to leave, again, blood all over the walls, blood all over the floor, man. I know you probably got some tricks up the sleeve that DMG probably ain't preparing for it. And just know, outside of a tag team debate that DMG had with me and my co-host, this will be DMG first debate on his channel, bro. So,
oh yeah.
Hey, bro, feel honored, bro. And hey, man, don't leave nothing uncovered, bro. Hit them from all angles, bro. Don't waste too much time talking about stuff that's off topic, bro. If you got a picture that if somebody asking you what's 1 + 1, if you got to show one slide that got one finger on it, and then show another slide that got another finger on it, and then put them together and it show 2 fingers, hit them with that every chance you get, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just keep your foot on the neck,
Hey,
don't let them up.
hey, nobody. You ever seen a Gatling gun?
Yeah.
That's what we coming with.
Yeah.
Right.
You understand? Yeah, that's what we coming with. You know the way they just heard do about 1 million times. Put a big ass box on the side on my side, right? You see these big boxes I got on the side of me? They ready to start shooting already. You understand? So we stay locked and loaded, man. You understand? This is the ISUPK under Commander General Yohana, the one and only home of the truth.
Right.
You understand? You see, we don't back down from nobody. We take on everybody. You understand? And we win every single time, man. And this win, DMG, that's my brother, man. He's an excellent brother. I like him. You understand? A lot. I love my brother. But I'm a Gatling gun his ass in this debate. You understand? I'm telling you. That's what I'm going to do. All right. So like I said, man, it's going down, man. And like Cabal just said, we're bringing, we're not bringing opinions, man. We've done scholarly research. We learn from the best, the men over us. Right. We don't just go with an opinion. Right. in order to prove that you're African, you got to have more than a DNA now. You got to have more than a bogus, confusing DNA test to say that, and we're going to show just how lame that DNA test is. Right. You understand? We're going to show just how lame. We're going to show him just how much he don't know how DNA works. You understand? He think he know how it works because he's matter of fact, wait a minute. Hold on, nobody. These white people that gave him his A test told him African. African didn't tell him he was African. Right. A white man told him he was African. Come on, nobody. Right. You understand? He trusts that. But he gonna knock the book. Come on, nobody. Come on. I'm telling you, I'm going to Gatling gun his ass. You understand? I'm going to be fiery, and he gonna get hit all over. I'm telling you. You understand? So so you see right there, he can't come with that. He better not bring that up. I hope he's watching, and I hope he don't bring that up, huh? Yeah, hey, and look, he better not get off track. I'm telling you, because guess what? How could you trust the white man's DNA test then? Huh? Come on, you pro-black? You pro-African. Yeah, come on, man. You hear me? And that's nonsense. There is no test. White people don't even believe in their test. You know why white people do it? They do it for fun, man. Right. They believe everything. They go to what's that, tarot card readings and psychic readings. They do that for fun. They don't do it because I'm lost and I really like to find my way home. Can you help me, please? They do it. They say, tell me something. They say, okay, for $49.99, I'll tell. And they throw the money on the table. They want to hear something good because they're silly. They're like children, man. White people are like children. So they do DNA tests. They do them. But guess what? It's not because I just want to know my ancestors.
Right.
I want to know just how European I really am. You understand? Go ahead, Cabal.
Hey, think about it, right? We're the only ones who need a DNA test. Everybody else on the earth can trace their lineage all the way back.
Right.
They can trace 40, 50 generations. Why? Because we're the only ones who've been discontinued from our heritage.
Right.
We're the only ones who've been cut off from the people that we were.
Damn right.
Right? So our history starts in slavery. Everybody else's history starts in their home country, how they developed their own land.
Come on.
They can tell you exactly which one of their ancestors was one of the founders. They can tell you all of that. Right? But we can't tell you that. That's why we need to take DNA tests. That's why we put so much into DNA tests.
Right.
You don't hear nobody else debating or arguing about DNA tests except for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why it's made up for that reason.
Right.
And that's why the accuracy of DNA tests don't really matter to them. Because they know their family. So whatever you're going to tell them, they'll look at it okay.
Right.
But they know their family.
Right.
So it doesn't matter if you're off by 20, 30% or you get the wrong tribe. Because they know what tribe they're from.
Right.
They know where their people came from.
Right.
We're the only ones who need that for answers.
Right. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
I want to get y'all some sushi to bite on before y'all get y'all clothes and words.
Go ahead, nobody.
I know y'all heard about the recent allegations about Brother Polite. I know y'all
Sure.
heard about that. Now, y'all know that Brother Polite is one of these African dudes and African people. Look up to this dude. How do y'all feel about that, man? As pertaining to his followers that are pro-African, and how do you think that tie into the conversation?
Okay. That situation is absolutely disgusting, and I believe he did it. And I'm gonna tell you why. You understand? Now I'm not accusing him of doing it. I'm not saying that he absolutely did it. But what I am saying is I can believe it. And I'm going to tell you why I can believe it. From the first off, this isn't his first allegation.
Right.
Right? This is the second or third allegation of molestation. His wife's daughters. Not someone outside, but someone right in the home with him. Right? So this isn't the first one. Then the story, the fact that you actually asked your woman to take a 14-year-old little girl to a after party at a club.
Right.
That right there, it just is I can't even see. I wouldn't even ask my own 14-year-old to come go to the club with me.
Right.
And I would never think to do any harm to them at all. I wouldn't even ask my own child to go to a club with me. You understand? At 14. Like, what are you trying to expose this child to? What are you trying to get this child to do?
Right.
You're taking them to a club, right? Then, supposedly, from the report, they actually found his semen on her clothes, right? Yeah. That's what they said. They said they actually found his semen on her clothes. To even, absolutely, to even hear that you were asking a 14-year-old little girl to put your penis in her mouth, to touch her in her thighs. And all over her. I mean, I touch my daughter right around the arms and the back when I give her a hug. Okay, go ahead.
Real quick. We have Yankee Fatah Nephilim right in the building. But before you come on, my brother, let me let my brother Captain K finish his thought. Okay, Cap. Right
on. And I'll wrap it up quick. Like I said, when I hug my baby, I grab her arms and around her back. You know what I'm saying? I'm never touching somebody else's child. I'm not even touching them in that way. You understand? That's what God said you can have a wife for.
Right.
So you touch her wherever you want to. I'm sure she'll like it.
Yeah, right.
You understand? I'm sure she'll like that. And she's old enough to receive. She wants it.
Right.
You understand? Kid don't want that, man. You understand? And to force that on a child is ridiculous. And then, you know, just the stuff surrounding the case. And then the hotel was closed. I mean, not the hotel. The club was actually closed. And then he takes her to a hotel, right? Then, you know, they found drugs. You know, what did they find? Drugs or alcohol, or both?
I think it was alcohol.
Alcohol. They found both. Yeah, they found both drugs and alcohol in her system. Then he tried to make her throw up. Don't no 14-year-old know nothing about throwing up no drugs. They high. You understand? They've been drinking. All they know is to try to, you know, dry out before they go home, so their mama won't know. That's all they would know, not to throw up. So I believe she was coached. You understand? So, you know, this right here is just another L, you understand, for that unconscious damn community. Right. You understand? Ain't no consciousness in the conscious community, man. Go ahead, nobody.
I do agree with that. I want to ask you this, and based off your answer, I want Bianca to respond. Knowing that Polite was raised by a man named, if I'm not mistaken, African Bambaataa, right?
No, Dr. York. Hey, but that's Africa Bambaataa is another child molester. You understand? But it's absolutely. Absolutely. And you know why I say that? You know why I say that, nobody? There's a video that was actually put into, I believe, I don't know if it's in that group, that the Paradigm Shift Facebook group. If it's not, I'll put it in there. But it was in one of them. I don't remember which one I saw it in. But there's a clip of Polite talking with someone else. And he said, even if Dr. York say that factually, yeah, there you go. You know what I'm talking about. He said, even if he factually molested 1,000 children, that's what he got charged with, right? 1,000 times. Yeah, he got charged with 1,000 times he molested kids. You understand? And he said, you know what? He's still my God. He said, even though, and then he tried to use Christianity, which was real coward of him, right? He gonna try to say, oh, well, even though I don't agree with that part, that's just like Christians. They don't believe with some of the stuff that their God does, but they still, no, they actually claim to believe everything that they say that they believe. You understand? They don't disagree with their God. Their God said that they can eat pork. They agree. Mm-hmm. You understand? Their gods say that they could be gay. They're gay. They believe. They agree. Their gods say that all they got to do is ask for forgiveness and pray over the food before they eat it. They agree. You understand? So they not disagreeing. But him, you damn right. And the reason, and I've been, man, since this happened, right? Since this happened, I've been watching every video, you know what I'm saying, surrounding him and all of that, right? Now, what really got me, and what actually put Polite on, what actually put him on, was he took on a group of fake Israelites, GMS, right? And he challenged them on their doctrine, what we call the rape doctrine.
Right.
They say in the kingdom they're going to be raping women and they're going to be molesting children. And they actually try to pull scriptures that supports that mess when they're actually lying. And there's another video where Polite challenged them. And he said, even though, he said, raping 12 and 14-year-old little girls. He said, if your brother that live like you, rock like you, get down like you, believe like you, take your 14-year-old little girl, what you go? He said, I'm gonna let him take her. Yeah, I'm gonna let him take her. That's what he said. That's what he said. And if you look at the face on Polite, you can see how disgusted he was at that.
Right.
But now here you are being charged, you understand, and having semen on this girl's clothes. You understand? Your semen being on her clothes, that should never happen.
Right.
You understand? My semen don't get on nobody it ain't supposed to be on. You understand?
Right.
Nobody. You feel me? So guess what? This is, like I said, it's just another L for that unconscious community, man. Everything is being aired out about them. Why? Because guess what? God is going to do the same thing he does to us in every religion we try to get in. He's going to smash it.
Right.
He's going to take the very people that you believe in, raise them up so high, had them looking good. What do he call it? A Rolls Royce? What did he call it? Debate? I mean, that little thing he did, Rolls Royce documentary. Right? He's sitting, he kicked back. You got charges of being molesting a child, and you kick back with your feet up, your best glasses on, your big goofy looking hat, and kicked up this. I'm in my Rolls Royce. Yeah, but you know what he said and what he sound like. He actually sound like a man that was guilty. Talking like, hey man, look, I did what I wanted to do. I've accomplished everything in the last 3 years. You understand? I got so much money. And, yeah.
Right.
Look what he said, nobody. Go ahead.
It has been, and I've been saying this, for the last month and a half, man, people in the conscious community been getting towed up. Everybody from Polite to Sinetta to Pharaoh to a bunch of the strongholds inside the conscious community.
Right.
Brother Keanu, I know you won't let me go. Based on what you heard Cap say, that mindsets like Brother Polite, it could come from African mindsets. And I know you want to go in on that. The floor is yours, my brother.
All right, well, first of all, I want to say what up to ISUPK St. Louis.
Yeah, I'm right. Shalom, Mark.
Shout out to, I see Officer Cut 'em Up. I don't know the other brother, but
Officer Bomb.
I call him Officer Bomb. I call him Officer Cut 'em Up because the first time I talked to him online, he sliced my ass up. So, you know. But that said, I gotta disagree with my brother on a couple of things. Now, he mentioned Polite, who did something, and I'm with Kevin. I believe the brother is guilty. I don't really want to hear this talk about wait till the evidence come in and all this bullshit. His semen was on this child.
Right.
It ain't nothing you can tell me.
That's evidence.
That's gonna justify
right.
your semen
Right.
on the child.
Right.
Let's get that straight.
But that's African,
That ain't got nothing to do with Africa, though. That ain't got nothing to do with Africa. So we not even we ain't even gonna play around with that.
That's where he's from.
Because
That's where he's from.
that's where he's from. So what a child molester that you brought out your debate with nobody from.
They from here. They not from Africa.
Okay, so
They from America.
Child molestation ain't an African thing. That's a fucked up people thing. So my thing is, Polite fucked up. That ain't got nothing to do with the conscious community. That got to do with Polite. Period. Because if that's the case, what's the boy named Nasi Yashavel? He a Hebrew. That ain't got nothing to do with the wider Hebrew community. That got to do with that brother. So we got to stop encompassing whole communities based on what fucked up person did. That's number one. But number two, Polite can burn in hell as far as I'm concerned, if it is one, if he did that to that child. Now, I wasn't in the room, but all evidence to me that I've seen, your semen is on the child, it ain't no excuse for your semen being on a 14-year-old girl. And it ain't nothing nobody can tell me that's gonna make me not feel that way. I got 4 daughters and a granddaughter. So, from that standpoint, you got me all the way fucked up. So, the light ain't somebody that can be around me, period. But, that said, again, he does not represent the wider conscious community, because then you would have to show me where everybody in the quote-unquote conscious community has exhibited this behavior, and you can't. My African grandmother is a musician. What's his name? Dr. York, who polite came from up under. He known to have done the same type of thing, but does he represent the wider conscious community? Like I said, if you're looking at that, then we gotta say the same thing about other individuals. So now, as far as that's all I got to say about that particular part of it. But Cap dead on, basically fuck polite, and hopefully you don't get caught in these streets around some motherfuckers like that.
So you know, again, as my brother reiterated, he's saying that even though Brother Polite may claim consciousness, he may claim Africa and all that, you can't group them all together. What do you say about that?
You can, right? And it shows just how faulty the teaching is. If you have the teachers, right? It's just like at a school. Sometimes they go into schools and see why are children failing, right? And they assess the teachers and they assess the students. And then they come to a conclusion and say, well, this overall in this school, this is the problem. It is the teachers that are lacking in their teaching, right? So the teachers, they're going to get grouped all together, even though some might be a little better than others. If the teachers are not doing their jobs, right? These are the teachers that's falling. So what do you think the people that follow it is going to do? They're going to fall too. You understand? And this is why in the ISUPK, since 1969, we have been stand alone. You understand? Well, you can't group us with other Israelites. Why? Because we are the home of the truth. We are actually the men that serve God. We are actually the men that follow the laws. You understand? We can go through all the group. We have already. We've went through all of those Israelites and showed our people that these people are off. This one is wrong. That one is wrong. That one is wrong. And we are right. So when you take like you had brought up, what's his name? Pharaoh? Nobody? Yeah, he supposedly, you understand? Beat his girl. Supposedly, like I said, I don't know if it's true yet. It'll come out, but he did go against his woman over that white nanny of his. You understand? But you pro-African though, and you believe that the black woman is God. But now the black woman needs to humble herself. Mm-hmm. You understand? Now that you put her on this high pedestal that she don't want to come down off of, now you want to try to tell her what to do. Now you want to tell her she's not God, and she needs to be humble. And she needs to let you see your children. She needs to let you, you know what I'm saying, get this nanny and keep her. She need to stop trying to take your money and all this nonsense. You understand? This is why this is why that teaching that's being taught in the Kemet and African and all them communities, that's why they're all falling. You understand? One second word. That's why all of those leaders are falling. The same way they are falling in the Christian church, in the Muslim mosque, all religions, it's all finna fall. It's coming. The Bible says that there has to be a falling away first. Guess what? Negroes are hard-headed, man. They don't believe nothing. Right. Even when they see it, they don't believe. It used to be a saying, I got to see it to believe it. And even when they see it, they still turn around, shut their mouth, and walk off like they didn't see it. Yeah. Like they did not see it. You understand? So yeah, you can lump them all together.
I know that you would agree that the reason why a lot of these people would fall into things like rape and other things pertaining to what you classify as African would be the reason why. I mean, the reason why would be because they don't follow the Most High. Would I be correct in that?
Absolutely. And nobody. I mean, not nobody. Polite is he's an African. His God's laws. God is not his God. You understand? God is not the God of the Africans.
I 100% got you. I was saying in that that's why I wanted to yes or no answer.
Okay, go ahead. No sweat.
So you're saying that he's saying people who have left the Bible to follow not just Christianity or other religions, but also African religions, as in pertaining to people like Brother Polite and his allegations and others. The reason why y'all would fall subject to those things because y'all are not following the Most High. How would you address that?
Well, I call bullshit on that because I ain't raping nobody ever. The last thing I ever got to would do is rape. And I can give a fuck about the God of the Bible. So, and if a woman don't want to give it to me, then I don't want it. And if a man, boy, whatever, think about if he looked like he might violate my child, my grandchild, this show over with. Well, I'm gonna have to turn it over to you because y'all ain't gonna see the boy.
What about beating up the wives, beating up the kids?
I ain't never put my hand on female. Not when I believe in the so-called God of the Bible, and not since I stopped giving a fuck about it. So that don't make sense to me. You got fucked up people who do fucked up things, and it don't make no difference what they believe. If there's some so-called Hebrews that's done some fucked up things, whether they, I don't know if they, I'm gonna say this, I don't believe they in ISUPK.
Right.
They're not.
So I will say
right.
that. And I've said in the fact check group, yeah, you can verify this, and you can verify this, nobody. I've said the only Israelite group I respect is ISUPK. So
right.
I will say that. But at the same time, my leader, my mentor, Saber Mark Shekempa, stand-up man, ain't never messed around on his wife, man of straight up integrity, honesty, will not lie to you, believes in lie, and you can't bring suspected or accused child molester around him. So again, he practices Kemetic spirituality. So the religious or spiritual tradition of a person don't matter. What's in the heart of the person doesn't matter. So if a person is prone to do this type of shit, that's what the fuck they gonna do. So again, I could give a fuck about the God of the Bible or the Bible. And look, the last thing I want is a woman that don't want me. And I don't respect men who have been accused of rape, talk about rape like this cute, that shit ain't cute to me ever. So the most egregious thing a man can do is violate a woman or a child. I don't like this situations where you can kill somebody and it's understandable.
Right.
If a man violates your child, I don't understand why George Zimmerman still walking around this motherfucker. Me and you didn't talk about that before, nobody. I don't understand that shit. But so that's a situation where a motherfucker should have been put down. So killing somebody is understandable. Violating a woman or a child is 10, 15 women every man. And you tripping off what they told you, no? Right. Violating children, so, and again, I could care less about the Bible. Do I respect what my brothers and I should do? Absolutely. Do I respect what they believe? Absolutely. The same way I respect what you believe. Because we black. But it ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. So, you know what I'm saying? So if that's the case, you gotta put me in the same boat that you put Pharaoh and Polite in. And I ain't nothing like these soft-ass, feminine-ass niggas. So,
are you willing to put Pionk in the same boat as them two niggas?
As far as him being a molester or a rapist, no. But as far as him, as far as him being a false teacher, yes. But as far as you being a child molester, I'll never put you right there with Polite and say you just like him, because I never once got that about you. You understand? And no matter what you teach, right? You got 9 names, right? You got 9 African names, but I never turned around and said that you just like Polite. I never got that from you, brother. Right. You understand? And I don't even believe you like that at all. You understand? But you do teach comedic science, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're a liar, just like the rest of them. You understand? You're lying.
I respect Cap answer, but then this the question though, nobody. I respect Cap answer.
We've been on for about 2 hours, right? I don't want the prelim to sound like the debate. So we start no, you good. I want about 15 to 20 minutes of just a back and forth without me interruption. Without me interrupting. But y'all be civil, so I ain't got to mute nobody. DMG, since you just came on, you started off, and y'all have a back and forth for about 15 minutes.
Well, it ain't gonna be that long, because I actually told my grandson I was gonna be right back. This is my daughter and my husband anniversary, so we watching that.
That's what's up.
And I snuck down.
Okay, real quick.
But yeah, like I say, family, this Cap, my brother.
I don't want to talk stuff, bro. No,
Listen. Hold on. I'm gonna get to my shit.
Here you go.
Hold on.
It's coming about.
Let me get in my. I'm gonna do my shit talking before I get in my bag. Now hold on. Now again, Cap, my brother. That's my man. But you know, sometimes big bro gotta beat up little bro. And so that's what this debate is gonna be about. It's gonna be about teaching the people. Cap, I respect Cap, you respect me, but we teaching the people. And so that's who this information for, that's who this debate for. So again, sometimes big bro gotta beat up little bro, and that's one of these situations. If we're talking about transatlantic slave trade, my brother Cap say DNA gotta be off of the table. Based on what he said and the respect I got for him, I'll take it off the table. So now we're going to talk about the testimony of the actual people who were taken in the transatlantic slave trade. What they said about themselves. Did they say they were African, or did they say they were Hebrew? When we get to the King James thing, we're going to look at the evidence. We're talking about a man that was the king of Scotland and England. My brother said he was black. We're talking about a man that was a king of two powerful nations while the slave trade was going on, who made a profit off of the slave trade. He's saying money. Not too much. I got you. I'm not giving no evidence. I'm just talking my shit. So we're gonna see if what Cap say line up with reality or what I say line up with reality. Because again, you're talking about a king of two powerful nations who set up a company to make a profit off of the slave trade, but he's saying he's one of those people. So what is it? Was he one of those people? And he was just a bastard that said, fuck what my people going through, I can do something about it, but I ain't? Or was he a white boy like we know him? And we're going to get down to the bottom. Because again, this motherfucker is the king of two powerful nations while the slave trade is going on. Point blank here. When we get down to whether the Native Americans are and whether or not they are slaves, we're going to get down to it. We know that the so-called five civilized tribes,
Okay, I got you.
the five civilized tribes traded guns, spices, crops, and all kinds of shit for our ancestors. They held our ancestors slaves. Juneteenth, these motherfuckers riding in there to get our ancestors from these so-called five civilized tribes to bring our people, get the last of our people, make them free. So, again, we just gonna talk about facts, and we're gonna talk about facts. But again, big bro just gotta beat up little bro, and he still gonna be my brother. Down too. So y'all be there next Saturday to see big bro kick little bro ass, and that's all it's gonna be. African over Israelite all motherfucking day. They can keep them little hats. They can keep them funny shape, funny ass hairdo, and all that other bullshit. The candle shit, I don't want to have nothing to do with that bullshit. I take Africa over that bullshit any motherfucking day of the week. That little bitty ass country that them funny looking motherfuckers rob them other people of. I don't want to have nothing to do with that Near East, Middle East bullshit. Period. And that's all I got to say.
Okay, so get your man, let people know, this your channel, where they can find you at and all that, and I'm gonna just
y'all know what I'm right here, Paradise Shit TV 314. I know right now it's being taken over by ISUPK. my homeboy Nobody, Take Over Tuesday. You know, everybody, if you black, I fuck with you. You can come on this motherfucker and speak your speech, point blank, period. So we can agree to disagree. We can have unity without uniformity. You ain't gotta believe what I believe, but come on here and have a voice. So I'm right here, Paradigm Shift TV 314. I got another channel, Macaroon TV 314. That's basically for African history, African spirituality. And we got my sister, Queen Mother, Indy Teray. I said I cool Kitty the Root. She got Voices of My Eye. Coming soon, we got the Temple of Heather Rouge YouTube channel. So we got a family over here that we building on, and we're gonna keep doing what we do. So that's all. We'll be there next Saturday, 28th, and y'all see y'all boy come out with the big over his brother. Peace.
Let me give a couple of bombs for the founder of Paradigm Shift TV. A couple of them.
Hey, if I log on before my brother ain't no disrespect, but you know, grandson will come first. So.
No.
You ain't got to log on. We're gonna kick you off.
Don't swear.
Go give your rebuttal to everything that he said. Give your closing words and let people know where they can find you.
Okay. First off, I'm not gonna let him weasel his way out of this ass whooping. You understand?
Right.
He's not taking anything off of the table. We're gonna keep DNA right there on the table so I can slice it and I can dice it.
Damn right.
You understand? So don't. No. I ain't say I want nothing off. You understand? I didn't tell you take nothing off. You understand? You just gotta make it make sense. You gotta prove it to be true. And I already know you cannot. I already know that you cannot prove it to be true. Okay, so we gonna hey, listen, we gonna take DNA and we gonna bust it wide open. You understand? We're gonna take DNA and it's gonna get bust wide open.
That's
right.
Yeah, right.
And then guess what else we gonna do? We gonna take the King James theory. Now, first off, what he just said, right, was he real mad at King James, right?
God.
To where he said King James profited. He said he was a ruler of two great nations, right? And if he was black, he calls him a race trader, right? Two powerful nations, right? That's what he said. Two powerful nations. The king of England and Scotland, right? So he said this, right. You understand? Right. Okay. This is what Bianchi said. And I'm going to show you just how being an African makes no sense when you're not African, right? If you're African, it makes sense. It makes absolute sense all the way from start to finish. But I'm going to show you how what Bianchi said makes no sense. Okay? If anyone can remember what he said in the last prelim that we did, was that Africans sold other Africans into slavery.
Right.
No. This already came out. This came out in the last prelim. So, and then he tried to compare it with white on white crime, black on black crime, right? Chinese on Chinese crime, Arab on Arab crime, right? So how on earth are you calling King James a race trader when you all are the biggest race traders on the goddamn planet? You actually took other African tribes and sold them? The white man didn't even do that. white man didn't even turn around. The white man went to war. You know what he said? Nobody. You know what he said? Nobody. You know what he said? Nobody. He said that Africans was going to war with other African tribes, right? The white man went to war with other white people, and he ain't sell none of them.
Right.
Once they got through fighting, you understand? He wasn't that filthy. You understand? If what Bianchi said is true, which was ridiculous and as stupid as it gets, if you sold your own people, and then you gonna get mad at King James, you profited too. What you think the white man did to you? He didn't pay you for selling to other tribes. You didn't get paid. But you mad at King James. Why you mad at him? Because he got more money than your broke ass got? What you mad at him for? You understand? That's how Africans selling Africans into slavery is a lie. It is not true. It's ridiculous, and it sounds stupid for a Negro here in America, a black man here in America, to even open his mouth and say such a retarded thing, man. You understand? That makes no sense whatsoever. So you know what? You and King James, if he was a race trader, you should be his best damn friend, because you're a race trader too. You understand? And then I'm gonna let Officer Cut Him Up say something also.
Officer Cut Him Up,
You want to say something?
All right, first off, I wanted to address that the part earlier about.
God, go ahead, Marty, man. You got it.
Yeah, when he was talking about how what was the last point you made before this one?
Say it again.
It's like, never mind. Anyway, this debate is going to be very interesting, especially because I think he thinks we haven't heard a lot of the things that he's going to say.
Right.
Like this isn't the first time we've had these debates, and the whole King James thing, it's been proven multiple times. Like this isn't even the information for the debate, but what he was saying about King James being the ruler of those countries, by that time England had already had a parliamentary system. The king, he was a type of a leader, but he wasn't in complete control, and Parliament attempted to assassinate King James 8 times during his kingship in those only a couple years.
Right.
He was only a king of England for a couple years. He was a king of Scotland for a very long time, but Scotland doesn't even have a navy. So as far as him profiting or benefiting, no, he just inherited a title.
Right.
And he inherited a parliament who didn't agree with anything he did and tried to kill him. Right. Multiple times. The Guy Fawkes, the V for Vendetta, it's about the government trying to murder King James. Like, he wasn't in control of that government. He barely had any hold. Right. So saying that, he was a controller, he had no power.
Right.
That's why I said this is going to be too simple and too easy. Right? You have to understand these points of history. Just because a man is a king doesn't mean he's actually ruling. He's a figurehead. Right? So, again, like I said, this is going to be real easy because we've had this debate before. This is the 85th time, and I've been here for like a year and a half. We have this debate all the time. Right. It's real simple, real easy, and of course, he DMG. He's definitely my brother, right? Enjoy coming on. What
do you say? Right.
We enjoy coming on this channel. We love him.
That's right.
And here's the thing: the only reason we lump him in with the conscious community, we're not saying that every person in the conscious community is a rapist. Right. We're not saying that every person in the conscious community is a murderer. Right. What we're saying is, if you're not teaching the truth and the moral standard that we need as a people, which is found in this Bible, right, then you're all leading our people astray. And it doesn't matter how you're leading them astray. It's just that you are doing it. Right? So it's not a personal thing when we say, y'all all together. Well, y'all all teach something different. Y'all all teach your own principles, your own standards, your own thing. And this is what happens when you allow people to determine their own principles and their own moral standard.
Damn right.
There has to be a set moral standard that is good for our entire nation.
Damn right.
And when you start going to different moral standards and different beliefs, that's where the division comes from, because you wholeheartedly believe that your moral standard is better than another moral standard. So what we need to see is what standard we as a people really truly need to have. What standard we as a people would benefit us truly as a people. And the Bible has that standard, right? It's not going to be found on the walls of Egypt. It's not going to be found in some African tribe. It's not going to be found in Islam. It's only found following what the Most High God said. These are practical laws.
That's right.
Right. Like we went over in our Sabbath service today, right? We went over some basic laws. And the basic laws we went over is you're not allowed to defraud your brother.
Damn right.
You're not allowed to be a scandal monger.
Damn right.
You're not allowed to hate your own brother and allow him to do something wrong.
Damn right.
You're supposed to stop him and correct him before he falls into that ditch.
Damn right.
Those are what is contained in our laws and our moral standards. It is against our culture to allow our brother to fall. And that's only found in our culture. Like it's in other cultures you find where it says don't do anything harmful. Mm-hmm. But in our culture is where it says, listen, even if you see somebody else doing something harmful, it is your job, or close to doing something harmful, it is your job by law to correct them.
Yeah, I'm right.
Right? So that is why we lump everyone else together, because whatever you're teaching, it ain't that.
Yeah, I'm right.
And so a situation like Polite can happen because he got to determine what was morally right to him.
Right.
And that's what it leads to, right? It leads to us doing something foul. It doesn't lead everyone to doing the exact same thing, but it does lead us away from our God. It does lead us away from our laws and our morals.
Yeah, I'm right. Yeah, I'm right. Hold on. One second. Nobody. Officer Bond wanted to bring something out too.
Kind of what kind? Like what the cap and the officer brought out so heavy, because like this debate is going to be an easy win, because these are the same things we've the last couple of weeks that we've been teaching in class. We're already locked and loaded,
right?
And it's simple, just like we brought out this week that with that polite thing, him raping, the Most High has rape and murder in the same. It weighs the same,
right?
And he gonna judge it the same way,
right?
Now, if blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians will listen to the ISUPK and learn these things, it wouldn't be no polite to rape nobody.
Damn right.
Damn right. I got a scripture real fast I want to bring out. Proverbs 1 verse 22, and this for anyone who dares to come up against the ISUPK in the debate. Anybody. And it reads,
that's right.
How long? Salaki, Proverbs chapter 1 verse 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity?
Right.
And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
Right.
The Most High calls you a fool. He say you hate knowledge.
That's right.
And he gonna judge you accordingly. That's all I got.
Yeah, damn right. You understand? So, all right, no sweat. All right, go ahead. I'm gonna just say next week, man, on August the 28th, it's gonna be a real interesting debate. You understand? No doubt. I know that DMG. You understand? He knows he my brother. You understand? Damn. And that's why we knocking his head off so he can come on home. You understand? Right. And eventually he will. Okay. But the debate on the 20th is gonna be real interesting. You know, and everybody make sure you in the building.
Right.
Make sure you tuned in. You understand? To Paradigm Shift TV 314, and make sure you tune in to ISUPK St. Louis. You understand? For that debate at 8 p.m. going down. You understand? Between me and another brother, not an African. He just claims he is.
Right.
And that's okay. That's okay. He claims he is, but he ain't no damn African. Right. Okay, and that DNA test, I'm gonna have him share it on the screen, so we can see the results. You understand? And I'm gonna show him that he wasted his money. You understand? So it's gonna be a good debate, man. Make sure that you tuned in. And one more thing, my brother is definitely not a molester at all. You understand? Right. So that I would never put him in that category. You understand? For anybody that may have gotten that misconstrued. You understand? Because sometimes, you know, people start thinking things, you know what I'm saying? I don't want anyone to think, because if anybody was listening and paying attention, I didn't actually say that Polite did it, because it hasn't been totally proven yet, right? But like you said, the evidence said he had semen on her clothes. That's all the information that needed to come out. You understand? I ain't got to hear nothing. I can believe it, you know. And like Officer Cabal has said, is when you turn around and you don't have the moral standard that God set forth for you to follow, then you're subject to anything, man. You understand? And that's in the Bible. The Bible says when you do not do well, sin lieth at the door. You don't know what's going to come your way.
Right.
You understand? Because you're sinning in another way, you don't know what's going to turn around and be your fall. You very well may not be a rapist or a thief, but that might be the way you go out. You understand? You never know. This is why blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians should not be gambling with sin at all.
Right.
We shouldn't be gambling in other religions at all. We shouldn't be gambling in African spirituality at all. You understand? Because it leads to other things. Just like it led his leader, Dr. York, led him to a prison sentence that no man could number. You understand? That's why it's going to turn around and lead him to one also.
Right.
You understand? So, like I said, it's going to be a real good debate. Make sure y'all tuned in, man. And, you know, we got this Gatling gun, and we've been fired. And you see, we still ain't done. You understand? We still ain't, the box ain't even a fourth of the way empty. But we're going to go ahead and close it out, man, with that. And like I said, everybody, make sure you tuned in to ISUPK.com, you understand, and get in them classes, and let's come together as a people, and as a people should.
All right. Okay, we're going to close out, but this is my brother platform. Y'all, one more thing you want to share. We're going to let them do that for you if you can. Don't be too long-winded. Anybody who know me knows that I have to love these brothers. If you don't know, I'm missing SummerSlam. I'm missing SummerSlam right now. I'm missing the Manny Pacquiao fight. I'm also missing the UFC pay-per-view right now because I love these bros. Guys can still, we like to have fun, but we are serious about our information. Anytime you tune into this channel, man, you can be sure that we saying stuff that we believe. We ain't pumping y'all up for the smoke or none of that, man. As you can see, all three of us might have different beliefs, but we are showing y'all unity. If we can do it, y'all can do it. Go ahead, brother.
That's right. And real quick, hey, Cal, I gotta ask you, man. We gotta get Captain Chuck. Let me share this real quick for the family that's watching.
Yeah. He did it with the Canva app. Canva. I almost saw it. I'm gonna see what it was about. I'm gonna use it too. Yeah.
Just like the promo show. Y'all make sure y'all are in the building. That's August the 28th. It's going to be on a Sunday. I will be hosting. I will be moderating. As you can see, it's going to be going down between my big bro, P-Yunky, F&Y, and Captain 10K of ISUPK under Commander General Yohana. Man, if you ain't in the building, you must be dead, man. Say, I'm telling y'all, it is about to go down. That has been Captain 10K McGall. That has been my brother P-Yunky Patal. And then from Raw, I am for nobody who trusts and believe the gospel. I always try to tell everybody about somebody who can save anybody. That is Jesus the Christ. This has been Heaven Dime Ship TV 314. And we'll catch y'all in the next.
Shalom.